And I see her car, mind you. This girl had a black fucking like 2019 Camaro, rag top Camaro, nice ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, blacked out, tinted out, everything. And she had like a little fender damage on the front. It was some slight shit. And it's so crazy how things, just happen. And this is the negative aspect of things just coming together, because I remember one day she had asked me, like, did I know somewhere she could go get it fixed, or could I help her fix it? Because it was something a little small. It was like a little thing that had like knocked her fender light out. It was kind of like hanging out, and yeah, and now at that point, that's the shit that helped me identify her car. That's how I knew it was her car, because the little fender light was broken off the front. And she had black Angus, of course, but there's a million fucking black Camaros riding around here, Charger, whatever the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? But that fender is what let me know it was her car. So, so I kind of cased the spot a little bit. Again, I used to work there, so I know how the whole setup is and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, I know how the whole fucking setup is and all that shit. So, I kind of checked the spot out a little bit to see what's going on. So it's just like, yeah, now I got a car, I already know I'm good. All right, so now I'll go park like a block away, and I walk up there. Mind you, I already had shit on me. I had like I already keep fucking rocks in my fucking book bag and shit, because I ride my motorcycle too. You know what I'm saying? So when people be doing little bullshit, trying to cut you off and doing little shit, it's like, man, like I be busting motherfuckers' windows out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, like, people don't understand riding a bike is so dangerous, but I'm not even gonna get into that. But yeah, man, like, people don't understand. The people be having road rage with bikers and shit, and I don't play that shit, man. I'm not about to let nobody hurt me on this bike. You know what I'm saying? So you do some shit, bro. You better be ready for some drama if you see me on my bike and you trying to be on some tough shit. And I know I shouldn't do that, because people are in cars and they're in bikes and they can hurt me, but that's a whole nother topic. But I kept rocks in my car, Okay, so I fucking had spray paint in my car because I had been spray painting some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that was about all I had. And I kept my knife on me at the time. I always had a knife on me. So I go over to this fucking bitch car, fucking bust her windows out. I mean, literally all her windows. I was throwing rocks through the front window. I fucking busted all the windows out. I mean, like, completely destroyed the windows. You know what I'm saying? Fucking slashed the tires, fucking keyed the car, did everything, and completely destroyed this bitch car. And again, hindsight's always clear, because I should have thought about this. This is really not even gonna affect this girl this much. You know what I'm saying? Her insurance probably gonna cover this shit. She can go get a new car, all this other shit. But at the same time, I was so blinded by anger, man, and I would never put my hands on a female. And my girl, she not like a fighter. That's why I wish I was back home around some bitches who would have whooped this bitch ass for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not around that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, this is the best. This is the most damage I could do to this girl, that I could think of at the time, to be completely honest with you, because I didn't know where she lived at now. You know what I'm saying? All I knew was this car and her, and it was more of me doing it just to make her feel stupid and look stupid. Like, this happened at the job. Like, I mean, like, I completely totaled this girl's car. Fucking slashed the tires, fucking all the tires, fucking slashed everything. The fucking sunroof, ripped that shit open. You know what I'm saying? Busted the window out, key shit in her car. Like, I got videos of the shit. I'm gonna show the videos one day. So, all right, boom. Now I'm fucking even angrier while I'm doing this shit, because I'm thinking about the shit she did. Just all this shit. All this shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so no bullshit. I was out there destroying this bitch car for like 10 whole minutes. 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? People walking out the restaurant, everything. I'm ducking down, trying to hide from people when they come out so they wouldn't see me. You know what I'm saying? Had my ski mask on and all that shit. Gloves and all that, But, I'm busting this girl window out, and I ended up punching through the window after I had busted it, and I cut my arm. You know what I'm saying? And I went into the window because this girl had kept the clicker. She was a little petty little bitch. She kept the clicker to the apartment because she assumed that we were going to have to end up moving out and shit. So she was going to come try to get her little raggedy refrigerator or whatever little stuff she had left here, which wasn't much of anything. You know what I'm saying? But she just wanted to keep the clicker. Like, it was just weird. Like, she just kept the clicker in her car and this had happened like weeks earlier. Why do you still have the clicker to an apartment that you don't even live at in your car? You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that clicker, I punched my arm through the window and grabbed the clicker. But when I did it, I cut my arm. And it's crazy. Like, I remember watching the blood, little puddles drop and everything, like on a fucking crime scene movie or some shit. But I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. I was so blinded by anger at this shit. I did not even care. I didn't care about getting caught. I'm like, man, this busting out windows, man. This shit ain't about shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck this bitch. Fuck her. And it's still fuck her till this day. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Now motherfuckers just like, all right, so it's just like, damn, now the shit done. So boom, now I call Candace like, yo, you can't believe I found this bitch. I fucking record videos of the shit and everything. You know what I'm saying? Got them in my phone to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I call her, tell her what happened. You know, so, and Candace was about to get off work soon. All right, so Candace ended up getting off work probably like 30 minutes to an hour later. So, and Black Angus may have closed at like 10. Candace probably got off at like 10:30, 10:45. I mean, like 9:30, 9:45. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up working out perfectly. So I go get Candace. So Candace come home. So me and her ride back over to Black Angus just to see what's going on. And now we in a different car. Like, this girl had moved out weeks ago, so she don't know what cars we in. So we go post up in literally on Black Angus property and watch this whole thing unfold. I watched her call the cops. I watched this bitch come outside crying over her car. I watched all of this shit. All of this shit. And it made me feel amazing. Amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. It made me feel fucking amazing. Even seeing her so distraught over this situation. This was like the best revenge I could have ever gotten. The best revenge. So me and Candace sitting laughing about this shit. Had a great time laughing, joking, enjoying this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet, everything good now? I got me. Okay, now we go back home. Probably like an hour later, she calling my phone. Yeah, I know you did this shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm laughing at her like, yeah, what you talking about? Who did what? Like, I don't know what you talking about. Like, yeah, that's fucked up that happened to you, but yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So she kept calling for like a day or two, and I ain't gonna, sometimes I would pick up and entertain the bullshit. I ain't give a fuck who it was. She had her uncles calling me, threatening me, all kind of shit. Didn't give a fuck. Anytime my phone rang with an unknown number, I was answering that shit because I ain't give a fuck who was calling, and you know where I live at, bitch. Come do something. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't like I would never put my hands on women. This for her uncles, her brothers, her cousins, anybody. You know? And it's not me playing tough, bro. It's just like, I don't tolerate no disrespect, man, and I never been no bitch. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be no gangster to not be a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, it ain't matter how it went. All right, so like a week go by and they just stopped calling. And now I don't hear nothing else about it. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. It is what it is. I got my revenge. I felt great. Felt amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I'm going to work. I'm working at somewhere else at the time. Like, just living my life. You know, like nothing happened. All right, so probably like 3 months later, I get a knock on the door. You know what I'm saying? Just come to the door, and it's the police. And they're like, yeah, you're under suspicion for vandalizing a vehicle, blah, blah, blah. I'm like laughing that day. I was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Like, and y'all can get away from my door. I was talking big shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate the fucking police. I hate the fact that anybody who want to, like the fact that you want to be a cop and take people to jail. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it tells a lot about your character, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they was even at my door, like, man, y'all get the fuck on. I don't know what y'all talking about. I was laughing at motherfuckers for real. All right, so, all right, now that was 3 months later. All right, about 2 months after that, the police come back. And one of them is the same police from the first time. So I knew it was like something was up this time. So I'm like, motherfucking, I'm not gonna say I was nervous, but at the same time, I knew something was up. So it was just like, yeah, all right, so now the cops just come and they like, yeah, Mr. Judge, you're here to swab your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So when he said he was here to swab my mouth, like collect like samples and shit, I'm like, oh yeah, they might be on to some shit. Because I knew I had blood in the car. Again, I remember those fucking blood droplets like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I already knew what was up. So I'm like, all right, shit, I might be caught for this shit then. Because I literally bled all over this bitch car. Not all over it, but I bled enough to, like, I remember seeing my own fingerprints when I fucking grabbed the clicker. You know what I'm saying? But I did not give a fuck. Man, always think, bro. Don't be blinded by anger, man. You know what I'm saying? So fucking now when they close the door after this time, now after I close the door talking to him this time, I'm like, oh man, this shit, like, it wasn't even about being nervous or worried. It was just like, cause I still didn't give a fuck. But I was just looking at it like, I'm prepared to handle this shit however it goes, I'm prepared. Look, what a little fucking whatever happens with this shit, I'm prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, bet. All right, now, okay, now this is like 4 months after then. So now I'm really not even thinking about this shit no more. I swear I hadn't even thought about it in a while. Like, you know? So now this is like 4 months later. I'm in this joint chilling, smoking late in my bed. Like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And my girl and her homegirl out in the living room smoking and shit. You know what I'm saying? They out there chilling, playing music and everything. This is like a Wednesday night. You know? Everybody, they all in there drinking and just chilling. You know? So it's a knock at the door. And anybody know the police knock, it wasn't like no regular knock, like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even get up when I first heard it because they're in the living room. So I'm wondering, like, why wouldn't they just open the door? Just answer the door. You know what I'm saying? So I hear boom, 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 boom. They knocking again. So I'm like, yo, like, now I kind of get up because I'm frustrated because at Candace and them for not opening the door. I know y'all hear them knocking. Who the fuck is that? Open the door. So I just storm out the room in my fucking basketball shorts, no shirt on, no nothing. It's like summertime now. So it's like I just bust out the room like, yo, who the fuck is this at the door? So I just rush to the door. Yo, open the door. As soon as I open the door, it's like 10 police at the door. Guns and everything. Yeah, you Mr. George? As soon as I say, I ain't even answer. They yanked my ass out the door. I'm like, oh man. Oh man. So they pull me out, and I'm still talking shit because I'm like, yeah, what the fuck y'all doing? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're gonna explain what's going on. I'm like, yeah, you need to explain what the fuck. You just come arresting me, like that ain't how shit goes. Like I ain't even do nothing. Blah blah blah. They was like, oh well, we have here that you're under arrest for vandalizing someone's property. Blah, and I'm like, vandalize somebody's property. It was like, yeah, we wouldn't be here if it hadn't been something. The lady was like, had said some shit like that. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, you're under arrest for felony vandalism, sir. And I'm like, felony vandalism? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Because again, bro, I didn't know the law. I don't know, like, okay, like, I didn't think this would get me a felony. I did not think this would get me a felony, but that was the last thing on my mind. A felony? So I'm like, what? But I'm still talking shit because I'm thinking this some little ass shit. I busted some windows and slashed some tires. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, man, fuck y'all. Let my girl go get me a jacket because I'm telling you it was cold. I mean, like not cold, but it was like I didn't want to go to jail in my basketball shorts. So I'm telling my girl to go get me a jacket and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, let my girl go get my jacket. And they were like, yeah, they let her go get my jacket and get my shoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling her like, yeah, don't even trip about this shit, man. I'm about to be out in a few hours. Don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? So she just went back in the house like I asked her to because I told her not to trip. Because she was kind of nervous and worried about it, but I told her not to worry because this ain't that big of a deal. Me and her been talking about this in case something was to go down. It ain't going to be that big of a deal. You know? So mind you, this is Wednesday. So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go in here and bond out. What could my bond be for vandalism? You know what I'm saying? I get in this joint, man. All right, so first of all, they take me to fucking Van Nuys jail, had me sitting in there for like 5 hours, just chained to a bench. I'm walking up, watching people walk back and forth. I'm like, yo, when y'all gonna even at least take me to a cell or something? Do what the fuck y'all gonna do? Y'all just leave me chained to a bench like this. You know what I'm saying? And still talking hella shit. I'm talking shit to every cop that walk by. Y'all fucking goofy asses. Y'all must ain't got shit else to do. Arresting motherfuckers like this for vandalism and, you know, just fucking off. Just talking big shit to these people. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so somebody finally come get me. Now they transfer me to fucking the Van Nuys jail. All right, so when I get to Van Nuys jail, I'm thinking like ain't gonna be nothing. I'm about to do my little fingerprints. They about to give me my bond, and this shit ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Go do my fingerprints and all this shit. So as they doing my paperwork, I'm looking at the shit. I'm like, felony vandalism? Like what? Like, yo, tell me how they put me in my cell and they give me the little pink little paper with my information on it. This shit got felony vandalism and my bond is fucking like $20,000. I'm I'm like, what the fuck? $20,000 for fucking vandalism? And of course, it's only 10%, so $2,000 at the time. But at the same time, like, I wasn't trying to pay $2,000 for shit. I'm thinking like maybe 300. What? Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me a $3,000 bond for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm up out of here. Like, at the time, I didn't have just $2,000 laying around. And we actually did have 2,000, but it wasn't laying around to be spent. This was like a part of our savings. We probably had maybe like what, $4,000 or $5,000 saved up at the time, which is not a lot. Our rent is $1,900. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, like now I'm looking like, yo, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? So I just thought about it like, yo, I can't pay $2,000 to get up out of here. I'm just going like, okay, I know how this shit works. Like I'm gonna sit in here till I go to court. You know? So mind you, this Wednesday, I sat in that joint. I'm thinking I'm gonna go to court fucking the next day, Thursday morning. I got locked up Wednesday. Why wouldn't I go Thursday or maybe Friday? I didn't know how the court worked, but okay, this is a weekday. I ended up sitting in jail till fucking Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I didn't want to bond out. I could have easily bond out, but it's like, I'm not about to pay $2,000 to get up out of here. It's like, fuck it, I just sit in this joint. So I ended up sitting in jail for 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Sat in jail. So then they came and let me out for on my own reconnaissance. So I had to go back to court and shit. All right, so a few weeks later, I ended up going back to court. And again, not knowing the law. Like, I've been in trouble before, but I ain't never really been in no real trouble, so I needed lawyers and shit. Like, man, you might be looking at some time right now, for real. I never really been in no shit like that. I ain't never got caught for no shit like that. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, yo, like, I didn't know how the shit worked. So I'm just thinking I'd go in and just talk to the judge. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'm telling you, I was a fucking complete dummy when it came to the fucking justice system. You know what I'm saying? So I went in that joint thinking I can damn near represent myself. So they gave me a little court-appointed attorney and shit. So now when I go into the court, they're like, yeah, they're looking at offering you 2 years in jail. I'm like, 2 years in jail? Whoa, 2 years in jail for vandalism? And this is my first charge in California. They was like, yeah, so now this is when I finally get the explanation for the whole thing. They're like, yeah, technically this is it's called a wobbler because it's over a certain amount. So anything over a certain amount becomes a felony. You know what I'm saying? So in the fact that I totaled her car is over $2,000, so now it's a felony. But it's still a wobbler because it could have been a misdemeanor or a felony. But the fact that the price is over $2,000 makes it a felony. So I'm like, okay, all right, bet. I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? So then she was like, oh yeah, we can give you the 2 years in, 2 years in jail, or instead of a year and a half or 2 years in jail or some shit. Or then we give you, no, she said you could have up to 3 years in jail, or we could give you 2 years of community service. 2 years of probation. I'm like, 2 years of probation. And like, cause when she said that, it didn't really make sense because it didn't really equal up. I'm like, so just 2 years of probation? She was like, it's 2 years of probation and community service. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do that. Cause I'm like, fucking 2 years in jail, or 3 years in jail or 2 years community service. Like, boom, I'll do that. It's no brainer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. That's what's up. So, all right, I just pled guilty to the shit. All right, so I get up in front of the judge, and the judge like reading out all the shit, like telling me I'm a felon. Now I can't be around guns. I gotta do this. I gotta do community service. I gotta do 30 days community service and 2 years of probation. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't bad because of the situation, but this just not really was I expected to like happen from this shit. You know? So I'm on motherfucking doing the community service and shit. Been doing community service lately. On probation for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? So now I walk out the courtroom and I'm just like, damn. So now I had guns and shit registered in my name. Had to go get rid of all my guns. I had like 2 guns. Had to go get rid of my guns. Fucking now I'm on formal probation, so I can't even go out the state. Like, motherfuckers know how probation and shit work. But again, I have been on informal probation before, not formal. Now I got a fucking PO and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, like now I'm just in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy that it's just like, I just never expected this. You know what I'm saying? And you never really know what you're getting yourself into unless you know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Like, the moral of the story is, man, just don't think clearly when you're doing shit. I'm not telling you to go out here and do no crazy shit. You should do nothing that gonna get you locked up. But if you are, think shit through, man. Don't be blinded by anger. Don't be impulsive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and know what you're doing and know the consequences of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because even me ending up going to jail for this shit, being on probation for this shit, I don't regret it at all. I regret getting caught. And it's crazy saying this, and I know I shouldn't say this, but it is what it is. I regret getting caught because I was being careless and I was being impulsive. So this story ain't about not getting revenge, and because I know that you shouldn't get revenge. That is not the right thing to do. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't tell a motherfucker not to get no revenge, because it's to this day, if somebody was to do anything and if I could possibly get some get back, I'm gonna do that. You get what I'm saying? And I need to get out of this mentality, and hopefully it comes with maturity. But at this time right now, I could not tell you that I could let somebody do something to me and just let them get away with it and me not do nothing in return. And that's something that hopefully I can just grow and mature into, because me having that mentality is what got me in this situation now. And being on probation don't feel fun. I feel like I'm being watched and shit. The cops ran into my crib probably 3 months after they put me on probation. The cops came and raided my whole shit, looking for everything. I can't be around knives. I can't be around anything that's considered a weapon. Pepper spray, any of that shit. Can't have none of that shit in my house or none of that. And I just hate feeling like that, because now I feel like an animal. Like I'm a caged animal being watched. I gotta really be on my shit. Before, I was really out here lawless, like, man, fuck these people. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, now it's like, fuck, I really gotta watch what I do over some bullshit that I did. But yeah, man, more of the story, man, just don't be fucking blinded by anger. Think clearly at all times, man, because it's always, everything's cool till it's not, bro. Everything's cool till it's not. You know what I'm saying? And you looking back on the shit that you did impulsively, and you in a situation that you can't just get over in no time. Like, you did it in seconds, but this shit lasted with you for years. You get what I'm saying? Unfortunately, my shit didn't pan out to years. Besides me being on probation, that shit ain't really nothing, because it could have ended up in jail time, and now I'm in jail over busting out some windows, fucking with this dumbass bitch, when I could have just let the shit go. You know what I'm saying? And took advantage of the fact that God blessed me with an apartment and blessed me with, all this stuff from this situation. But it's definitely a lesson learned from my perspective, and it's like, I would think through anything else that I do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really worth me putting myself in a situation to miss out on time and miss out on all the things I want to do in life, because being fucking impulsive and not thinking clearly, So yeah, just be not be impulsive. Definitely don't be impulsive. Think clear, man. If anything you want to do, man, just plan it out. Think clear. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say the right things, try to say the right things at the end of this video, man. Just don't get revenge on people. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Unless it's with life or death and it's happening right now, then it wouldn't be really considered revenge, because it's like life or death. But other than that, man, don't do it, bro. Because in most instances, it's not worth it. Because I'm pretty sure this girl's somewhere laughing and joking, enjoying her life right now. And I got to go do community service tomorrow. Literally. Got to go in the morning type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro. But it is what it is. Again, I don't regret this experience. You know what I'm saying? It's another learning lesson for myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it is what it is. But yeah, again, just think clear and don't be impulsive. Because you can really live to regret that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, that's the end of this video.